girl, we have a lot to talk about today. Now, normally we come on here and we spill the tea and talk about drama, but this situation is a little bit very interesting, and I find it very serious, girl. So before we talk about it, I want to say that this video is sponsored in the house by Manscaped. Manscaped has a brand new products out right now. They have the, of course, the famous 4.0 razor. You got the 3.0. They just launched, and let me tell you guys, the deodorant, the body spray, these new lip balms, I freaking love them so much. So if you have a stinky man, or if you're a fan of the fragrance that Manscaped has an amazing fragrance called the Refined. It smells so good, and if you like the way that smells, it's on all their products. It's like a unified fragrance. It's like on a lot of, it's on the body spray, the body wash, the foot spray, I'm telling you, the ball toner. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. Valentine's Day just around the corner. If you want a nice shaver or razor, buy it for your man, but you could also use it too, girl. Because so many of you guys tell me that you buy it and you've been using it for your lady bits. So yeah. It's like whenever your boyfriend buys you, like, let me clutch my pearls, a bowling ball. And you're like, girl, I would never use this. And it's like, you know, he likes the bowl. It's like, so stupid, girl. Kind of like that. You buy the razor for him, but you know you're gonna use it too. And I like that it's waterproof, TSA friendly, and rechargeable, and they're shipping practically everywhere. United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Canada. And if you wanna go out into the stores, you can find it at Best Buy and Target. Or use my link down below and save you some taco money at checkout, girl. I'm not gonna thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get on with this. Okay, huge. This blew up all over social media.
Wright finally opens up and tells his entire story about Sienna essaying him about 7-ish months ago. In this 17-minute YouTube video, he started off by saying that Sienna and him were strictly just friends and never more. He said Sienna took advantage of him multiple times, not just once. She would touch him without consent even after he told her to back off. She would do it more often when he was in his most vulnerable states, for example when he was asleep or drunk, etc. He said she'd yell at him for talking to other girls at parties even though Sienna was sleeping with other guys throughout their entire friendship. He said once his friends took Sienna home from a party because she was yelling at him, and on their way back home, while the car was moving, Sienna jumped out and said, "I need to go back to Jack," and started running. Lastly, he said that when everything had gone to social media, a lot of guys had opened up to him and said Sienna had done similar things to them as well.
And TikTok, which follow me on TikTok if you want, girls. I'll be over there dipping it and doing it too. Okay, so here we go. TikTok star Jack Wright, 18 years old, accuses influencer Sienna Mae, 18, of sexually assaulting him by straddling, groping, and kissing him while he was passed out. Now, there's a photo. Here's a photo. That's the receipt. We have a photo receipt, girl. And also it says, Wright in the video released Friday claimed Gomez got on top of me, took advantage of me, groped me while he was unconscious at a party in Hawaii. And she denied all allegations. She denied it. Now, that's very interesting. Now, I have to say this.
Jack Wright posted a YouTube video called What Sienna Mae Did to Me. His whole side of the story about the allegations and everything that went down between he and Sienna. The full video is on Jack's YouTube, but here's a quick recap. He said it took him a long time to be able to come out and talk about this. Everything that his brother and friends were posting when it was all happening was completely true. The tweets, the stories, the videos, all of it. Sienna had real feelings for Jack and he didn't feel the same way. There were multiple situations where she would get naked or touch him inappropriately or get into his bed. He would say no, he didn't like it, and then she would apologize, and then it would all just keep happening again in this like vicious cycle. He also talks about the video that went around of him completely unconscious where she was on top of him grabbing him inappropriately. That was one of the last straws. But he did say through this whole situation he's become more strong and bold and has been able to say no and stick up for himself, and he's actually learned a lot.
You have to see it like Chanel. You have to see both sides. You know, a lot of times, y'all guys, when we talk about this situation, y'all like, believe the victim. We believe the victim. Okay. This young guy, let me see right here. Jack Wright, 18, is a guy accusing a girl of coming on to him and doing stuff that he didn't want done. Y'all need to keep the same energy. Because if it was a girl accusing a guy of the same thing, y'all would be all up in arms. But because it's a guy accusing the girl, a lot of people are remaining silent. Now, a lot of big YouTubers are talking about this right now. Let me show you what Ethan Klein had to say about the situation, girl. Roll it.
Part of me, too, wants to defend her in a way like she's just 18. You know, maybe she just needs to see a therapist but like, would I have that same energy for a man who did this to a woman? Probably not. I probably wouldn't. So what is that? It's just weird how we have, I don't know, my own bias, right? I don't know. I don't know what's the appropriate punishment for her, but like, yeah, I acknowledge I do also have that bias.
Now I remember let me know what you think about that in comments down below. I remember when I was going through school, and I was like in high school and stuff like that, and an older girl would hit on one of the young freshmen or whatever. Oh, we thought that was so cool, right, at that time. But as you grow older, you're like, no, I don't think that was so cool anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or whenever like a teacher flirts with a guy kid, and the guys in the school are like, oh, that's so cool, you got an older chick. And like, as you grow older, you just learn like that's not acceptable, know your boundaries and stuff like that. So I do kind of feel like a part of me is with Ethan Klein when I kind of feel like, well, what's going on here? Let me clutch these pearls, girl. Let me say this. And if you judge me kindly. The fact that she denied it, girl, she's denying it, but there's a picture of it, right? Unless there's something to the story that we don't know. Unless this was a prank that gone wrong and maybe she's embarrassed to admit it. There's that. A lot of these TikTokers, they do stuff for clicks and views. They do it for attention, make up lies. I've seen it so many times, girl, being on the internet. So in this situation, I'm gonna believe the guy.
I want to start off by saying, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support and for giving me time. I wanted to share what I went through with Sienna and my side of the story.
Believe the victim, but this girl needs to come out with some more evidence other than saying, no, I didn't do it, she lied in the house. I think what she needs to do, if she really feels strongly about this, because this is gonna affect her, girl. The Mae girl, she's popular in the house. The influencer, people know her. I think that if he is lying, if you feel like he is truly, wholeheartedly lying on your name, to the fact that he's now accusing you of SA, and it's not true. First of all, I'm thinking so many things. The guy made a long video talking about it, right? To me, it looks sincere, but I could be wrong, because I'm the type of person that when people lie to me and I believe them, like, I'm very much that person. So he made a video. I think a lot of people are on his side. I see a lot of people on her side. There's a big debate. I honestly feel like lawyers need to get involved in something. Like some type of prosecution, some type of slander, if it is that, or if it's not that, very much that. And it's a very tricky situation, it's a very touchy subject, especially when so many people out there have gone through similar situations or SA and people didn't believe them. Or there are other situations where people were lied on and they didn't do it at all. There are people probably in jail who said that people said they did something they didn't even do. So that whole thing. I think that if this girl is saying it did not happen, where's the receipts? Why is there a picture of you on top of him in the house? What's really going on? And I think lawyers need to get involved. And if this is true, that he is lying, if it is true that he is lying, I think his career is over. His career is over, right? But then you got people like James Charles who openly admitting to talking to underage guys, and he still has a career, still posts videos, still gets millions of views. So I don't know what's gonna happen. This probably just made her more popular. This probably made him more popular, according to social media. So where do we draw the line? You got Travis Scott in the concert. What happened over there? Where do we draw the line? If that, like, to me, the cancel culture, I don't believe in it, and y'all gonna roll your eyes or whatever, but I just feel like the only one who can cancel yourself is yourself. If this guy or this girl vanishes from the internet, they canceled themselves. They're gone. It's a very touchy subject. I don't really feel very comfortable going in depth on it because it's just breaking news. The story is even more developing than what it already is, and a lot of people have a lot to say. And when at this situation, I've learned just sit back and let's see what happens, and then we can make a proper decision on what's going on, if we're gonna unfollow, if we're gonna, our sponsors pulling out, for if it's true, if it's not true. Like, it's a lot going on. It's a lot of moving parts, right? So let me know what you think about all that in the comments down below. Thank you, Maes, for sponsoring this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, love you so much.